know it's been a few weeks, but we're in today in Venus for a pull and hamstring session. So my current setup, I'm actually hitting back 3 times a week. So today obviously we have hamstrings and there'll be upper back work. I then have a lat day, which will be Saturday, and then with one of my push sessions I'm also doing some top-up work for upper back. So that's obviously the main focus at the moment. So we're just going to get into a session now. I've got my training partner Alex here. He's been pushing me the last few weeks. This guy is crazy strong, so it's good to train with him. So yeah, we're just going to have a good session today and hopefully show you some bits along the way. Alright, so we're just warming up now in our first exercise. So first up today, got our lying hamstring curl, just working the hamstring in the lengthened position before we move on to stiff leg deadlifts. So generally here, as first exercise, we'll do like 5 or 6 warm-ups. As the weight gets a little bit heavier, we just drop the reps down. So, you know, pretty light, do like 10 reps, 6 reps, 6 reps. And then when we get close to our working weight, just do like 2 or 3 reps. And then we're gonna go into one top set, where we're looking at like 8 to 12 reps, and then we'll do a back off set where we're looking at like 12 to 15 reps. So Alex is too strong, so we've maxed out the machine, so we've just got a gym pin. We're just going to add an extra 20 kilo to the stack for our working set. Good, come on.
I'm saying that's the best way to progress, right? Say he did 8, I'm gonna do 9. I did 9, I'm gonna do 10. This is how you grow.
Back off set, so I'm just resting a little bit before I do it. That's something I've learned to force myself to do, is to rest in between so that I'm not like going into the set tired. So obviously here I want to get as max amount of reps as I can, so I just want to make sure that I'm not too tired going into it. So I try and rest maybe like 2 minutes between a big set like that and then this. Obviously different exercises, different rest periods, so like the bigger movements I'll take longer rest periods. But then some, I'll just go by feel. As soon as my breathing's controlled, my heart rate feels like it's down, I'll go. So we're moving on to stiff leg deadlifts now.
So again, we'll take our time warming up with these. We'll just keep adding a plate at a time until we reach the top set. So the last 2 weeks I've done like a period like of overreaching here in terms of weight. So like usually what I want to be working here is in like the 6 to 10 rep range. And I had been doing that with like 240, but I was kind of stuck on like the 6-7 reps. So what I decided to do was push up to 260. And I was doing, the last 2 weeks I did 3 reps at 260. So today I'm going to go back to 240 with the aim of getting 8 or 9 reps. Easy. For me, I'm always fine until I reach the sort of 5 plate mark, and then it's an exercise that like my form isn't the best, and when I get up to like my working weights, that's where I notice it, the impact it has. I struggle to keep myself locked in, keeping my lats tucked down and keeping my core tight through this movement. So usually when I get sort of near my working weights, that's where I struggle with that, and I have to really focus on every rep. So we'll see how it goes today. I'm persevering with it. I'm not. Most of the time, like last off season, I got to a point with these where they started getting difficult, and I was like, oh fuck it, I left and threw them off. But this year I'm going to making sure to keep them in and just keep battling for 1 rep more every week. Okay, I did mine. The reps felt like they moved pretty quick, except on the 3rd rep, I lost my balance a little bit. It threw me off, but we got it back. So now Alex is just going to go and do like 10. Let's go now. Big set, lock in. First rep sets the tempo, yeah? Let's go. Good, come on. Easy, come on. Yes, and again. The Bill and Salts, my sponsors TuffWraps make it, so they sent it out to me a while back to try and do a video for them. The stuff is strong. The first day I did it, I didn't sort of do a test. I was like, right, Bex, just record this for. She started recording and I goes, hold it up to my nose. She held it up to my nose really close and I went, and I literally just cried and almost threw up. But it makes a big difference. It opens, you just get, I don't know, it's a placebo or opens up your airwaves and you just get hyped. So I use it for my deadlifts and any big sets I do.
That's right, you know.
All right, third exercise. So we're done with like our sort of lower back loading. So that's the hamstring work done. So now we're moving into upper back. And as I said, now upper back is a big priority for me at the moment. You know, I had been focusing a lot on my lower lats and lower back. And a couple of weeks back, speaking with Jay, and he looked over me, and we kind of came to the conclusion that we need a bit more upper back density. So we put a big emphasis of that within my training. So now we're going to have a couple of big movements where we're going to go as heavy as possible, good form, and just try and hammer this upper back to make it grow. That's nice. He's making a mistake now, he's going first. So now I know what number to be. Chest is tight from yesterday. I can feel it when it's pushing into there, I'm like, oh. Let's go now, big set. That's you. Drop away. Last two weren't your back. Soaked. Six. Hard. So like a few things this week. We changed our foot placement. We had previously been putting our feet right at the back here, but this machine has a tendency to unlock. So there's been a few times where we're mid-set and the pad at the back has slipped down. So today I was just right, I'm just gonna put my feet on the floor. But what that also does is it brings your chest further back, so you're not over the machine as much. And I did notice on the top set where when it got difficult, usually, whether it's a good or a bad thing, is I would sort of push through my lower back and be able to come up, whereas I couldn't with that set. And then also we went a bit heavier today. Last week we did 5.5, today we did 5 and a 15. So all things in considered, happy with getting 6 reps. But now we're back off set now. We're looking sort of for 12 plus reps.
Okay. This time, you gotta do 15. Yes?
Big interaction there, keep them controlled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, good. 9, 10, 1, 2, good. Nice.
Go. Nice, come on. There. You on it, come on. Let's see those 3 more, come on. Get it. Get it.
Joys of there's not enough 20s in this place, so we've got to carry the 20s with us from machine to machine. Alright, so next up we got this prime extreme row again. We're working our upper back. Particularly we're using this machine. As you notice, the prime machines you can load in different places to sort of match your strength curve. So as you'll notice now, we've got it mid-loaded and we've got it loaded at the top. What this means is as we get through the movement, the weight will drop off, which will allow us to get into a full contraction in that upper back. So it's kind of matching our strength curve. So what we're looking here is to drive back, squeeze, and control the negative back down. So we'll be doing 2 working sets here. This will be our top set. We'll do a slightly lighter set for more reps. Now I'm 255 pounds, so I can't really get any heavier. Especially like as you can see, like I'm not carrying much fat now as it is. So a 30-pound drop from here is a lot. So with that in mind, this off season, I've literally been holding this weight now for 15 weeks. Same food, same training, just focusing on weak points, trying, like as I said, like right now, I'm trying to bring up my upper back, so that's the focus of training. So it's just kind of getting better at the weight I'm at. So refining, adding small bits of tissue where it can be added without my weight going up. So it does require a lot of discipline, because it means that I can't really go and eat off plan. I can't, miss cardio, miss training, anything like this. It's literally just be 100% all the time, because I let it slip a little bit and all of a sudden I'm 10, 12 pounds heavier. So, but at the same time, I'm pretty comfortable doing what I'm doing. I'm on 5,000 calories a day, and that's my maintenance calories. So it's not too much that food's a struggle, and it's not little that, I'm struggling or I'm hungry. 3 to 5, 3 to 5 more. Drive it back, 1, good, 2, good, 3, 4, 1 more, good. Feel good? Okay, so next exercise, we're onto this panada, sort of mid-back row. We've just done one warm-up set, feel the movement. Now we're into what we know are sort of working weights. We've got 75 kilo aside. What we're looking to do here is just a failure rest pause set. So just go to fail, rest 15 seconds, go to fail again. That's it, just one big top working set here. And we're on to the next one. Thought process behind this is, we're getting towards the end of the session now. So we're just looking to maximize what we can get from exercises without, fatiguing too much. So there's no need to be doing three, four sets here. One big set will get enough out of the movement for us, and we can go on to another exercise.
Got this, go. Yes. Focus. Three more, come on. Get it. Come on. Again, come on.
Okay, so getting towards the end of the session now. So we've got DY row up next. Again, we're just going to do one working set here. So we'll just do a warm up and then into a working set. And then we're going to do 2 sets of pull downs for upper back. So I'll show you how we're going to do that when we get to it. Then we're going to move on to a little bit of biceps. So Gym Pin sent me this out. It's just an attachment that allows you to adjust the width you want and use different handles. So we're looking at a wide grip, And then also with these handles, these 90 angle and handles, it just means that you're not fixed in a position with pulling down. So like with a traditional barbell or bar, you're fixed like this. With this, you can actually rotate to get a better contraction into the lats.
Yours. Yeah.
Fuck. Look at Alex when he's doing this movement. He's purposely driving his elbows back because we are using this movement as an upper back exercise, not a lat exercise. Even though it's called a lat pull down, everyone thinks it's a lat exercise. If you watch the way your scapula moves when you're doing a lat pull down, it's coming back. So you can see where it's working. It's working that upper back. We're not actually working into that lower lat at all. So Alex is deliberately sort of leaning back and driving his elbows down and back. So just did 2 sets of standing curls facing in. Now we're going to work out in the lengthened position. We're going to turn, step away, face out using the dual handles. So again, we'll just do 2 sets. I don't tend to do a whole amount of bicep work, just sort of 4 or 5 working sets on my pull days, because obviously we've used the bicep enough. They're not exactly a weak point for me, arms as well, so I don't put a massive emphasis on them at the moment. I had previously, as most people know who've been following me, I had previously been doing a full arm day for probably the last 1.5 years, and we took that out a couple of weeks back, just to pull away some fatigue that I was getting from just overtraining, and it's just not something I need to dedicate a whole amount of time to at the moment. Alright, so that's a wrap on the session, a bit of an insight into my training at the moment. As I said, big emphasis has been placed on my back, and we're now sort of back fully into the swing of things, full training after a few injuries. You know, I had the rotator injury, obviously the quad tear, which is sort of 90% now. So I'm back to training legs fully. So hopefully I'll get a leg session up for you guys in the next few weeks. So I wanted to touch briefly upon, obviously at the moment everyone who meets me, everyone who speaks to me is like, oh, it must feel amazing to be qualified for the Olympia, how are you feeling and everything. And honestly, it's scary as shit, because you know, it's not something I expected to happen. It's not something that was sort of in the plans for this year. You know, I went to the States to compete with the aim of getting a top 5 would be like phenomenal. And to go over there and to place 3rd in the first show and then to win the San Antonio show, obviously it's a dream come true, but at the same time it's like something that I'm not ready for mentally. So the last sort of 2-3 months have been me sort of getting to terms with that, the sort of, you know, the realness of what's to come this year. You know, in 9 months' time, going to be on the biggest stage in the world. And that did scare me a lot, and it did make me very anxious and very nervous, and, you know, lots of thoughts like, you know, I'm not good enough for this, I'm not ready. But at the end of the day, you know, I've won the show, I've earned my place there, and I've done that by doing what I've done for the last couple of years, which is, you know, just go about my day to day working hard. And, you know, I think it's kind of been the sort of way my career has gone to date. You know, I never expected to turn pro. Nobody expected me to turn pro. That happened. You know, lots of people didn't think I was a very good pro, myself included. You know, didn't expect to do much as a pro. Didn't do well in my first pro show. You know, I tanked that, and then, you know, continued to work hard, continued to do what I do every day, just because it's the way, it's who I am, it's what I do. You know, I love training, I love this lifestyle. It's part of what keeps my head straight, is doing this. You know, it's my release, the way I battle my demons in my own head, and that's what's got me to where I am. So that's what I'm just going to continue doing, and I just show up every day, come in here, and I try and do better than yesterday. And, you know, that's, if anyone wants to know the secret to success, that's what it's been for me. It's just putting the hard work in. And, you know, if I can teach anything to anyone out there, is if you or anyone else doesn't think you're good enough, don't let that stop you going for it, because, you know, if you work hard, anything's possible. So with that in mind, it's time to go and do the second part of what I do, and that's eat. So training's done now, it's time to eat for the day.